All right, and we are back. We have got another week of Chi-Town Lowdown. We're looking ahead to Week 16. Never really do the look ahead. I don't know how much covering of the Week 14 performance we're going to do here, but we've got a few things. Jesse, you've got the box score breakdown that you wanted to get into.
Box score breakdown. Yeah, because, we're at a point in the Bears season where there's not much to talk about.
Breakdown. We're going to have to start talking about the Cubs and the White Sox.
To do our first box score breakdown on this game, kind of,
Yeah. Anyways, here we go. Box score breakdown. First downs, 22 for the Niners, 14 for the Bears. Time of possession, 28 minutes for the Bears, 31 minutes for the 49ers. Final score, 38-13. So this wasn't close. And in the first half.
What that tells me is we did way better in the second half.
Yeah, 24-0 in the first half, 13-14 in the second half. So, that's kind of what the Bears have been doing this year, is starting off slow. That was the case again. This week, not really many first downs in that first half, a lot of 3-and-outs. Not any rhythm on offense, which was different than what we had seen the previous couple weeks. There was some glimpses that with Waldron being gone, the offense might have turned a corner and been a little bit more efficient, but not the case in this game. And, total yards, 452 for the Niners, 162 for the Bears. So that's a huge differential there.
What stat I hate as we're going into stats, and the commentators keep bringing it up? It's not a real stat, but yards versus opposing teams' first downs. The Bears have 4 yards of total offense, and the San Francisco 49ers have 9 first downs.
That they brought the graphic up of 200 and some yards for the Niners and 4 for the Bears.
Yeah.
If I had a freaking quarter for every time they showed that.
I think that was probably close to halftime, or maybe beginning of second quarter, but whatever. It was a tough look.
Yeah.
We suck.
Yeah, so just another poor performance all around. Seemed like Caleb didn't quite play as well as we had seen. So, progression is not always a continuous upward trajectory. You take step backs from time to time, especially as a rookie quarterback. I think that's what we saw here with Caleb. Defensively,
I feel like he was holding the ball a little more than he had in the previous couple games.
Yeah.
He's back and forth with that. It's kind of weird. Sometimes he'll take the check down and the easy pass and throw to the tight end, and sometimes he'll just hang on to the ball and take 15 sacks in a game.
Yeah, and it was kind of clear from the get-go. I think Thomas Brown really wanted to get the run game going. And then I think the commentators talked about we got down 14-0, and we just abandoned it. Just throw, 3-and-out, 2 times in a row. 14-0. We panicked.
Do we think any of this can be attributed to Thomas Brown calling plays from the sideline as opposed to the box?
I thought about it. Maybe he's just not. Maybe he should have gave some of the other duties to another person. I don't know. Can a head coach be up in the box?
No,
I don't think so. Hey,
I hadn't thought about that, Wargo. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, that's conceivably the only thing that really materially changed between this game and the previous two.
And the other Caleb showed up. Bad Caleb, anti-Caleb.
He had a fumble there that it could have went either way. Silly. I think he just tried to pump fake and just slipped out of his hand. 2 touchdowns, no interceptions again. Garbage time touchdowns, you could say, maybe. I don't know if they had their backups in, but nice catches by Rome. That was a positive.
Yeah,
right?
Rome was a bright spot.
That one catch in the corner of the end zone was dope.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I love watching football. I love watching the Bears, but when you don't have anything to play for, it's hard to get going. and watched. You know,
Yeah.
I'm eliminated from all my fantasy leagues but one too. So
me and Jesse have a matchup for the ages.
yeah. Not to get on that road, but the biggest breakdown that I see, I know that there was a bright spot there in Roma Dunze that you just mentioned, Thomas, which I enjoyed watching him excel, even though he played well. I'm not going to take anything away from that. But the entire breakdown of the red zone defense was just brutal to watch. I mean, we've had that as a bright spot, and we would hold people to field goals. And I don't know how many field goals the Niners had there, Jesse, if we still got the box score up. But
you know what I didn't think about
one
is Eberflus is gone, and our defense is struggling. But I think it was struggling before that.
They only had one field goal.
One field goal. That tracks.
5 touchdowns.
Yikes.
I mean,
I mean, I thought about that too with like the breakdown of the red zone defense. Like, hey, I mean, Flus was calling the defense, and I've been his biggest critic, and like I think he's an average defensive coordinator where people are like looking for bright spots in Eberflus, and they're like, oh well, calls a pretty good defense, and I'm like, there's nothing special about him as a defensive coordinator, and him doing it as a head coach just didn't make sense to me. But I
don't think he brought enough pressure. I think our DBs are good enough that we need to bring more pressure, but I don't know.
Hurt.
Like I'm watching the Kansas City Chiefs with Spagnoli, whatever his name is.
Eggs.
They're just going after the quarterback, not just with the four front. You know, he's got corners coming, and we did that a couple times in like the preseason, like with Brisker and some of the other guys, like getting sacks on the quarterback. I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen that as much. And
they also almost just lost to the Panthers, the Chiefs, that is.
Panthers are – I'm going to pick them this week. So.
Dude, my picks are so bad. I don't even want to think about
it. I don't know if – I mean, we'll get to that in the picks against the spread, but this week they're actually 3-point favorites.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, you're playing good ball. I mean, you can't
over them boys.
Oh, wow. Really? That's awesome.
Then boys been playing better too.
All right, back to the Bears though. I mean,
yeah.
What are we just looking ahead?
What happened to the Bears last season was them getting hot at the end of the year. The defense playing better, the offense playing better. Yes, we're
running on a runway.
They squandered an opportunity at the end of the season playing the Packers. Where they
that would be nice to ruin their chances of the playoffs.
But it the defense was looking better. There was news coming out of the locker room that there was camaraderie and kind of things were looking up. And it led to, I believe, the front office saying, we got to keep Eberflus. We got to make some changes, but we got to keep Eberflus. And with the draft capital that they had, the first pick, the 9th pick, they knew that they could get a new quarterback and get rid of Fields, who they had made their mind up on, and said, this isn't going to be our guy, right? But they said, other than that, we feel like we've got the pieces in place, at least on the coaching tree, and the locker room feels like we got the right guys in here. And it turns out that was not the case, right? I think Eberflus's defense, it's hit or miss. Like at the end of last year, the defense was playing really, really well. I think injuries and maybe a not as much innovation this year kind of led to the slow decline of the quality of play we saw out of the defense. Because at the beginning of the year, they were doing pretty good. They were healthy. We were 4-2 at one point. Now we've dropped 7 games in a row now.
That's why I feel like this.
Yeah, we're nearing like monumental losing territory.
Yeah. So,
but you brought up draft capital, Jesse. I mean, that's one bright spot where, I mean, our season's done. I did mention I kind of talked over you, so my bad there. But we can ruin Green Bay's chances at the playoffs here, or help them get a lower seed.
You're a talented team,
and then we can still tank for a good draft pick. I mean, that nowhere near what I expected us to be talking about at this point of the season. So incredibly disappointing. But I was just out doing the driveway and thinking about how I was upset and like just not listening to any music with my headphones on. And I thought about that. I was like, we can look ahead to the draft now.
Yeah.
April.
What do you guys think about this this Kevin Warren, Ryan Poles dynamic? Because it doesn't seem healthy. I think that is it. Does Kevin Warren even know football, or is he just like? I thought he was just supposed to come in and buy and get the. I mean, obviously he does more than that, but like get the stadium going and
I
not,
believe
why is Ryan Poles?
Prior to Kevin Warren joining the Bears organization, he was with Ohio State, I believe.
He sucks. I don't like him. Off the record.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it does seem like there's a little bit too much bureaucracy going
This
on.
is on the record, by the way, Tom.
Mucking things up. It's not leading to, Ryan Poles obviously looked like he was pissed off in that press conference.
It seems like they can't coexist, and that's not what you want.
We got too many cooks in the kitchen.
I don't know what's going on.
He's
power hungry.
What do you expect him to be like? Like, you expect him to be energized that he just fired his head coach and the team that he put together and helped construct is 4-8 at the time.
Wasn't George McCaskey also in that meeting as well? Weren't they all there?
I don't know. I'm not saying a specific point.
I heard he was there. Like, not
in general. It seems like Ryan Poles didn't sign up for this.
Oh, he seems defeated. He looks.
I'm not saying, like, obviously no one thought it would go like this, but I think that Ryan Poles thought he would have a little bit more control over the football team, and it seems like the Warren guy, after we're going 4-8, he comes in and he's like, nah, I'm picking the head coach now, buddy.
Who do you think's making the head coaching decision, and who would you like to see them pick?
I mean, it's obviously they probably are both doing. We don't really know. Like, we're never gonna know, but it just seems to me that Warren is driving the ship more so than Poles, and I think Poles knows a little bit more football, is what I'm saying, I guess. But I don't know. We need a culture change, obviously. Like, we need somebody that knows offense and has a little bit of a culture change, and that's hard to come by. So I don't really know.
So Ben Johnson?
I keep thinking Vrabel. Like, Vrabel is on my mind, but he's not an offensive coach, and I don't think that'll be good for our offense. But he might bring in a guy that is good. He's been a head coach. He's been a proven head coach, and that's why I think that's who we need. Someone we need to go after like that, like a proven person. Because Eberflus wasn't. Eberflus wasn't a proven head coach. I don't know if Matt Nagy was. I'm not really sure.
Then do you stick with Thomas Brown as the play caller for offensive coordinator?
Probably not. I mean, then we just keep recycling the cycle here. But I would trust Vrabel, to bring in his guys that,
Yeah.
It's tough.
Yeah. Jesse?
Yeah, it is difficult because it seems like there is a wave of young coaches coming into the NFL. And a lot of these older guys, more old school mindset, are being pushed out or, retiring, moving on to different things. So, and you've seen some teams be successful going that way, like the Rams and the 49ers and, the Dolphins to an extent. They haven't won a playoff game with Mike McDaniel, but their offense is high powered. The Eagles, but, and a couple other teams that probably don't have really any business being decent teams, but their coaches seem to have them playing good football, like the Indianapolis Colts and the Arizona Cardinals. All of those teams are coached by guys that are, maybe 45 and younger. And I think that would be good for Caleb to get a guy that understands the way the NFL offenses are moving in terms of the evolution and, pre-snap motion and all these different things that some of those types of guys are doing to confuse the defense.
Who's out there right now that would give us that? Because I don't see anybody. Other than someone like I said, I want a coach, someone that's actually been a head coach.
Yeah. And that's going to be tough to find. I mean,
yeah. Did you see Shanahan just dunk on us after the game?
No.
Yeah, I think somebody asked him like if he would ever consider like see himself coaching in Chicago. He's just like, yeah, no, I like where I'm at a lot, and I hate where you're at. But yeah, it was pretty disrespectful. Respectfully.
Yeah, I mean Ben Johnson would be great. I think if you're looking for a young guy like that, I think he would be great. I don't know if he'll do it. I don't know if anybody will do it because of the optics of this organization.
But we have like talent, which I think we have the most talent we've had in like the setup situation. But then you get to the organization that's just a dumpster fire. It's like, no one wants to be here.
I like Liam Cohen, offensive coordinator for Tampa Bay.
Nice. You would. Baker believer.
Yeah, I mean their offense is good. If they didn't lose Chris Godwin early this year, their offense really isn't a big reason why they've lost some of their football games. So I think he's done a good job there, and I think he'll probably get some looks as a head coach. What's Lulu doing? Did you drop him on his head? Drop her on his head?
My desk is up, and the door opened, and the Simply Safe made its little noise, and she just headbutted the desk when she like went to tuck under and like get off my lap.
Poor baby.
Yeah, they get like kicked by cattle and stuff like that, though. Herding dogs, they're tough,
Yours doesn't.
Well, no, she doesn't. But.
Well, do we have anything else, boys? Who are we playing this week?
The Vikings.
Monday night.
Minnesota Vikings, dude. We're gonna
Monday night Vikings game.
In Minnesota, in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Minneapolis. Yeah, we're gonna get smoked.
I mean, we just lost to them by 3 at home. So
it's not the same team. We're not putting the same product on the field.
With this team, you never know. You never know.
Okay. All right. We can make our picks in the pick show.
Yeah.
Do you want to? I mean, do you want to look ahead? I don't really too much. Like when I look ahead, I see bad things. So.
I mean, to look ahead, we just need to look back a couple weeks. Like I said, they just played.
Sometimes to look ahead, you need to look behind.
And so they lost by 3 points. It was a close game. It wasn't really super close. They were down by 11 points with a minute and a half left. They came back, tied it up.
Onside kick.
Got the ball first in overtime, and went 3 and out. Took a sack on second down to make it like 3rd and 20. And yeah, I mean, they had all the momentum in the world. So they make one play at the end of the game and they win. I'm
gonna tell you right now, Sam Darnold on a hot streak right now, highest he's ever been last week.
7-year bump.
And I think this week he drops back a little bit.
Yeah, I think so too, unfortunately for you, Tom.
I'm starting Matthew Stafford in.
2 interception game.
You're starting Staff Chevy?
Yeah, baby.
No.
Yeah.
Who are they playing?
I don't remember. Oh.
Well, in that case, I hope Darnold has like 50 points.
I can't. I think
they're playing San Fran.
This is a step back for Darnold, hopefully, in our secondary. But Jefferson and now they're the dynamic duo going on over there. And then now they got Hawkinson too. It's tough for the Bears. Aaron Jones healthy. I think people are kind of like they're just flying under the radar. 11-2, just somehow.
we got exposed by Kittle. I don't think we're going to have any answers for Hawkinson.
Kittle.
We still got
I was
Addison.
watching that game. I was like, is anybody?
It's like they couldn't see him. It's like he was wearing an
Oh my
invisibility
God,
cloak.
crazy. All right, I'm ready to get on to the picks, baby.
Bear down. Let's go.
Bear down. Hang in there, Bears fans.
Beat the Vikings.
Hang in there.